95.7 The Hog, Daytona's rock station. Hey, guess what? I'm Riggs. It's Morning Hog Happy Hour. That means Josh from SR Perrott is probably right over here for a Morning Hog brew review.
Brew review?
Hey, guess what though, Josh?
What's up?
This ain't a brew day, is it?
No,
this is a sip day.
It is a sip day.
Yeah. Tell us about your special friend.
I have Tabitha over here with us.
Tabitha.
She runs our wine department. Sue retired.
Right.
Good for her. Congratulations. Right. Yep. And Tabitha has taken over and with a wealth of knowledge, and she's got some great wines for us to try today.
Tabitha, this is I got to tell you that I was in the hills of Kentucky like a few days ago, and I had wine. Someone was like, "You want some wine?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And I actually had that moment where I was like, "I've got some skills here. I'm going to sort this whole wine thing out."
All right.
So I'm ready to apply those skills to your wines.
Wonderful.
I'm ready for it.
Right on. Where do you want to start today?
So I have 4 wines for you, 2 reds, 2 whites, 2 of which are our wines with a cause. I got one from the Languedoc region of France, the Bel Air Pinot Noir, and we have a brand new Chilean Cabernet. This is Grace's Vineyard Cabernet Reserva.
Awesome.
So we're in for a treat there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So we're going to start on the lighter side, right?
We will, yes.
All right, let's go.
You should, for the most part.
So Wines with a Cause, from what I understand, is Michelle Connors, the owner of SR Perrott. She developed these labels that are on the bottles, right?
Correct. She hand paints them.
Yeah, hand paints them herself, and then a certain portion of each bottle go back to a certain donation, either Humane Society or something of the like. Yep. Do you happen to know where this particular wine would be going?
I do, yes. So this one here is the label artwork is the Blue Butterfly.
All right.
By Michelle Connors. So then you also have this going to the Halifax Humane Society. Awesome. So it's a local charity. We do have local and national charities.
That's good.
So this one here, though, is a local one. We do have some that go to the American Cancer Society for breast cancer research. Mm-hmm. We have some that go to the Provision Packs Pantry to feed the children.
Yeah.
We have the Pregnancy Crisis Center, obviously the Museum of Arts and Science. So a lot of really, really good
Everybody
charities.
Benefits from wine.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime I can drink and feel like I'm giving back,
right.
I'm on board, man.
Yeah, of course.
Cheers.
All right. So I like the look of the bottle already. I feel at ease. I feel a calming sense just from the label.
So this is nice. Perrott Pinot Grigio. So this you'll have notes of pear, green apple, lemon peel, maybe a little touch of minerality on the finish.
Okay.
All right.
On the bouquet, you're going to smell some of that citrus, notes of melon.
I definitely get the green apple in there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good, man.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that apple bite.
And you may smell some little subtle white flowers.
All right.
In the bouquet there. That's why we use the word.
I'm seeing them. It's like purple. It's like purple rain. Princess flowers are coming down from the sky. Just imagine.
Is that what that meant?
Yeah. That's why he was doing that.
It's a nice summer wine. It's great for sipping. It's great for a special occasion. It's very diverse. You can use it for just about anything.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. And easy drinking, by the way, too.
Very easy drinking.
We talk about beers that are easy drinking. This is very easy to drink.
Yeah, like she said, summer,
Yeah.
It's hot as
about
as hot as it gets out there.
Yes,
I lied. It's gonna get hotter.
It's gonna get hotter. Yeah, exactly.
But nice, enjoyable. You can actually sit on the porch or outside by the pool with something like this and enjoy yourself.
Absolutely.
And of course that bottle, you can get all kinds of places, right?
Yep. She may have some places for you, but we know the.
So you can find it at a lot of local restaurants, and but if you do want to buy it by the bottle, you can go to the Why Not in Ormond, either location. They do carry all of our wines with a cause. They are one of our Wine with a Cause headquarters.
Right.
We have another one in Deland. We're working on one in Palm Coast, where that means they specifically carry all of our wines, so you can get them.
I love the
for
Why
your
Not.
special occasions.
God, I wish I would have thought that. Don't you wish you would have come up with that?
Yeah.
Why not? It's perfect.
I just whine a lot.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Wine a lot. Yeah, I whine a lot.
Wine a lot. Yeah, that's my house.
And what about srperrott.com/beerfinder?
That's the other.
Did you go to that one?
That's the easiest way to find it.
Thanks so much. I want to get that in there. All right. I see another bottle with a provocative label.
Yeah, so the next one in our portfolio today is going to be the Coliva. So this is the artwork on the label is pain in the neck. So this is meant to represent her 2 daughters, Pauline and Eva.
Okay, that's fantastic.
So this is a California Chardonnay from the Central Coast with 12.9% alcohol by volume.
Okay.
You will have a nice little touch of oak on this one here. This is one of my favorites. You can get this all over the place. This is one of Michelle's favorites.
Yeah.
If not her favorite, from my understanding. So this, you're going to have those hints of vanilla and cream from the French oak the barrels that they, make it in, obviously. This is really a very nice wine.
It's the bouquet is very different.
It is.
Look at you using those words.
Right?
So you're going to find grapefruit in this one. Obviously, that sweet cream butter, maybe a little brulee and honey. Meyer lemon zest, pineapple.
Oh, well, that is really nice.
Go back to the sweet cream butter.
On that back end, you definitely get the barrel,
Yep.
which is, when I drink wine, that's what I'm looking for, is something where I can actually taste the barrel that it was sitting in.
Oh, yeah.
I know some wines nowadays are aged in steel barrels and stuff like that to kind of mitigate that. But yep.
I was like, I know what it is. It's just aged. Yeah.
Sure.
So.
But anytime I can actually taste the barrel, especially on that exhale, I'm on board.
That's a good call. You brought me right to that.
This one also, the proceeds from this go to the Halifax Humane Society as well. That the Halifax Humane Society and helping the animals, it's very near and dear to most people.
Right.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think we have 3 or 4 in the Wines with a Cause collection that do go to the Halifax Humane Society, and these 2 are 2 of those.
And they've been maxed out lately with rescues and more. So there's never enough to help them out. So it's good to
I
keep
love
it going.
wine and puppies.
Right. But yes. How could you not love wine?
And don't forget the kitties too. I mean, it helps them all. Even the little critters, all of them.
Well,
I'm a dog guy.
I'm repping it. I'm a time sharing.
Yeah, your cat shirt that clearly makes sense for all of us.
I knew Tabitha was going to bring that up. And I planned the wardrobe accordingly, as I always do, Josh, on these brew review
Stylish
segments.
guy.
Extremely stylish. I suppose I should keep my shirt on, and for a minute we should take a break.
Yeah, when we drink wine, we try to keep our shirt on.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, try to stay a little classy in here.
Stick around. We're keeping the class and the wine flowing next on the Morning Hog Brew Review. 95.7 The Hog, Daytona's Rock Station, Riggs, the Morning Hog Brew Review. Josh from SR Perrott, Tabitha, SR Perrott. Good morning.
Good morning.
Listen, we're made things a little fancier than we normally do.
Correct.
Right.
Yep, I'm wearing a tie.
I forgot mine. I'm a little embarrassed. So why don't we get another wine and let me go down. I'm going to go downstairs and see if I can find some. What are we trying next?
We are trying the Bel Air Pinot Noir. This is from the Languedoc region of France. Coming in at a 12.5% alcohol by volume. Aged 12 months in oak barrels. This is a pure Pinot Noir, 100% Pinot Noir grapes. It's very light, refreshing. You're going to have that cherry notes that you're used to with a Pinot Noir. I love your bib.
I couldn't find a tie, so I thought I'd just have a wine bib.
What I meant was I
Perfect.
shaved in a tie in my chest area.
Oh.
You just can't see it. That's why we kept our shirt.
I'll take that out. I don't mess with that then. All right. Now, the Pinot Noir has a whole, again, everything's different now.
So this starts to get into something I would order.
So this has a
I'm a
brilliant...
big red wine fan.
Me too. I'm a red wine drinker for sure.
Yeah.
But I like all wine. I don't really discriminate.
Right.
But reds are my true love. So you'll notice this beautiful brick color that you got going on here. Candied Morello cherries with a spicy finish.
Oh, I like all the things you're saying right now. I want a steak and I want dessert at the same time. You
This is
know?
a total
think you could
cherry
do that.
bomb,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Very good.
This is what you would expect to find, I think, in a pure Pinot Noir. I think it's very true to like the representation of the grape and the varietal. It's delicious. I love it.
It's interesting to try to reach for a flavor that's not grape.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's not just like traditional grape flavor.
Well, I
Tastes
mean,
more
you,
like a
you think
cherry
about
than a
beers,
grape.
we do the same thing.
Yeah.
We get all those fruit
I like
flavors
it.
coming directly from hops rather
Right.
than added fruits. So, why not with wines as well? So, one thing I'm noticing, and I'm not a wine educator or anything by any means. So, if I'm not mistaken, on the glass is the legs, right?
Yeah,
So that
correct.
usually indicates the alcohol
It does.
content and stuff like
Yep.
that.
So with this being,
Oh,
this is actually
look at
not
you.
a very high alcohol by volume wine per se. I mean, obviously 12.5% is not just a little bit of alcohol, but some of them go up to like 15.5%, 16%.
All right.
Okay.
So you get those heavy hitters, and so you
That explains
really
a lot.
see those legs. It also
does.
can indicate like the fruit sugars
Okay.
too. So
Oh.
this is with all those ripe, the grape is very ripe.
Right.
So that's probably a little bit of the fruit sugar and the alcohol content.
No, that's awesome.
I had this margarita the other day.
Yeah.
And I had put a bunch of fruit in it. They put a watermelon. They put a pineapple slice. They put a strawberry. They put a lime. And then an orange in it. And I was like, why don't I just have a fruit salad?
I was going to say you had a fruit salad that happened to have a margarita attached.
But I thought this would make a great wine probably. It'd be confusing. You wouldn't know what was going on with it. Plus, there's tequila in it, so tequila probably ruins wine, I would imagine, if you mix it.
I myself have mixed a little bit of tequila and wine a time or two. So, I mean, it's all palatable, I think.
The confessions come out.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of barrel-aged tequila, so why not?
This would be great to pair as well with something like a beef tartare or a beef stew or some veal, something like that. Anything red meat, anything French cheeses would be great with this too.
I'm on board. Anytime we can pair some food together, I'm on board.
Yeah. Before we get to the food, we have another wine to try.
We do.
One more.
This one I feel like has the fanciest label.
It does, and it's the newest to the SR Perrott wine collection, which I think is awesome.
All right.
So it's the Grace's Vineyard Cabernet Reserva, the 2022 vintage from the Rapel Valley of Chile.
Okay.
So
Chile, not Chile.
Right.
Right.
Chile's a whole different place. Chile's very different place.
Yeah,
they have wine there, but it's not. You're not getting this.
No.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's probably
not yet. Not until I get in there and sell
Right. Hold on.
Not yet. Exactly.
All right.
We're working on it.
Check srperrott.com/beerfighter later to find out if that's going to be there. All right. Now what are we getting into here?
You got that dark plum color here, aromas of black cherries again, a touch of spice on the finish. It does have that sweet oak from the oak barrels that it's aged in as well. It gives it this balanced and rounded flavor. The legs are moving a little slower in this one. It does have a higher alcohol content, which is 13.5%.
If I drink a lot of this, my legs will move slower too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Look at how mine are. Mine are feeling stronger, to be honest.
I'm more impressed you got it all the way past
the
desk.
It hasn't gone all the way back down yet. There we go. Now I'm back on the ground.
Right.
And you'll taste a little bit of that minerality, and that comes from the gravelly soil. There's a river that runs through the valley, which is the Cachapowal Valley, actually. And that river runs through, so the soil is really rocky and gravelly, which adds to that minerality that you'll taste.
So the water that's used, that's another thing
crazy.
Too, right? To imagine that's part of the
soil,
process.
The water.
Yeah, from the water, like
everything.
All of it. Like the soil
atmosphere,
absorbs everything, and the wine, the grapes, they absorb all of their surroundings. So the terroir that you have wine from is very important. It totally affects. Like California wines are going to be bursting with that like ripeness because it's so hot and it's so sunny and beautiful all the time. So, well, not all the time, but not like Florida. But that's why we can't really grow a lot of wine, or we don't have a lot of wine here. We only have the sweet muscadine. We're too hot. It's too ripe. Yeah. So it's like you got like sweet wine here. That's what we can do. We can't do stuff like California can in the mountains.
I always wonder.
Yeah. Well, I was just imagining because I was saying I was up in the hills of Kentucky, and I saw a raccoon, so I was chasing it with a stick, and I got into like a little cornfield thing, and I thought, I wonder if my feet are affecting the flavor of that corn. Maybe. Same way, maybe.
I heard those hills have eyes
for a
too.
couple years.
Yeah, well, I ran out quick. And I dropped my ID, but I didn't care. I got out of there.
I'm always curious when it comes to things like wine, where the environment has such a heavy influence on the flavors. If anybody's like spent a lot of time, planting the grapes, making the wine, and then it just comes out and it's just trash. Or like bourbon, where they age it for several years, comes out and it's not good. And like,
how'd you get into this? How'd you become such a wine expert?
That's a good question. So I've been in the wine industry about 7.5 years now. And so I started at, I was doing promotional work for like those promos that you guys do for the beer all the time.
Right.
And I went into Total Wine and I was doing Corona like back to back. And they were like, every time you come in here, you sell everything we have.
Right.
They're like, we've never seen anything like it. And I was like, well, I'm friendly. And I'm like, try it. You'll love it. And they're like, we do love it. We'll take 3. And they were like, why don't you do it for us? And I was like, what does that look like? So they were like, they would put me in the front of the store with what they wanted to get rid of, and I would make it a point to sell out. So and then they were like, well, we love what you're doing. We want to put you on our wine team. So I was promoted to the wine team, and I learned a lot there. Total Wine is very educational.
Absolutely. They have a classroom in the back of their place.
It was actually during that COVID time, so there wasn't a lot going on back there. So I got a little bit more one-on-one with the team. So I learned a lot. And then I went to Rose Villa after that, and I was there. Not that I learned a lot from wine there, but I learned a little bit more about, fine dining and food pairings, things like that.
Right.
That led me to, I actually just went to Wine Not to have a glass of wine one night, and they were like, if you're looking for something, you said you worked at Total Wine, we're hiring. And I was like, okay. I was there 3.5 months when I got promoted to GM of the West location by Hooligans. And then I was there. That's where it goes. And then Sue came in and was like, I'm retiring. If I could pick somebody for this position, it would be you. And I was like, I'm not looking for anything.
Yeah.
But, I'd heard such great things about SR Perrott, truly. And I was like, well, I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't at least apply for the job. And then I met Sue and Arnell, got to know them a little bit more.
Of course.
And but I did learn a lot at Wine Not. I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just being in charge of all the wine, tasting all the wine, ordering all the wine.
Right.
And Mike and Laura Lee, the owners of Wine Not, they are sommeliers, so I learned a lot from them as well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, when you get people who are smart, that's why I'd hang out with Josh.
Yeah, that's right.
I like him, but he's smart. He's beer smart. That's why I hang out with.
That's why I hang out with Josh.
I learned stuff. Right. And now we got wine knowledge. All right. So now I asked you about that first bottle, but let's make sure people know where they can track down the rest of these.
So you can get these wines at restaurants mainly, but if you check that SR Perrott Beer Finder.
srperrott.com/beerfinder, she means.
Give you more information there.
Where's the plus?
There are some really great restaurants locally that do have these also. The Pelican Bistro, I think, carries a few of these in South Daytona.
And then the other thing I would say is if you find one of these wines you really enjoy and they don't have it at their restaurant, ask them to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell them you heard it or saw it right here on the Morning Home Brew Review.
That's right.
You want to try it, bring it in.
Yeah. And here's Josh's cell phone. Here's Josh's cell phone number.
Yeah, down the bottom with my home address again.
Yeah, just go ahead.
$25 entrance.
Go ahead and just give that to the the locations. Well, thank you for classing the place up today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate you, and cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm so glad you kept your shirt on the whole time.
So hot.
I like that shirt.
I got to take it off now. Oh, thank you.